Y ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and he hasn't said anything. Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. Late for a lot of people. It's 9:36 over here, West Coast Pacific time over here in Tijuana, Baja California. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Negro News. God bless everybody that is watching. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Breaking news for everybody. Around a few hours ago, this was released, and it's a statement by Perez Canchola, that is the person in charge of the immigration and migrants right here in the migrant community in Tijuana, Baja California. And this is an article released by the El Sol de Tijuana, that is a really well-known newspaper right here in our city of Tijuana. And it says they are looking to remove families of El Chaparral. They're signalizing, as the article says, they're signalizing that the problem is really serious due to space and also to the presence of more than 500 children. This, that we have been completely emphatic, people, on what is actually happening in El Chaparral, in the migrant camp in El Chaparral. Now they know that is a reality, that is a problem, and that this needs to be removed, and that migrants need to be safe in shelters or in a area where they are safe. This area right here of El Chaparral has been causing a lot of problems to the community around the federal neighborhood community, and also it has been causing a lot of problems to the to local businesses and the small contributors around this tourist entrance. They are trying to habilitate around this area. They're trying to make it work again. They are going to relocate. They are looking to relocate the migrant camp into another place a few miles away that is called Unidad Deportiva Tijuana. Unidad Deportiva Tijuana, supposedly that is the place where they want to relocate the migrant camp. Now, this happened before. In 2018, they put 6,000 of them, almost close to 6,000 of them, in a baseball field in La Cinco de Mayo that is called Benito Juarez. The area was called Benito Juarez. And, at that particular time, they didn't have anything. They were sleeping on the dirt, and it was a horrible camp. Really, it was really bad. So we are on the understanding if they are trying to relocate them to, when I will put actual pictures of this place for you guys to understand, relocate them miles away from the camp. Now, if they are going to do this, I am so glad, because there's a lot of violence occurring inside the camp. There's also, there's MS-13s around the area that is, as you've seen what happened on Sunday. They tried to hurt a reporter, a journalist, that he was, recording outside of the camp, and he was almost hurt with a belt on a video. It was almost, they were almost going to be, he was almost attacked by this migrant, and his life was threatened at the moment that he was recorded. I believe that, the escalated events that they have been happening are the ones that they have pushed this for people to be moved, because of the amount of children. And as I have said since the start, since I saw this coming, this is going to be a problem for children. And ultimately, it is a place where there's a lot of illegal activity around. So let us read the article, and it says right here. It was written by Juan Miguel Hernandez de Tijuana. He is a journalist right here in Tijuana. Says Tijuana, to save the security of the families that they are still remaining in El Chaparral, they are planning to relocate them to the Unidad Deportiva Tijuana, that is a sports area. The director municipal of attention of the migrants, it was the one that informed that. His name is Jose Luis Perez Canchola. The director said that the problem every day is getting worse due to space, and more is getting more difficult due to the presence of more than 500 kids, according to the numbers of the municipal authority. And he quoted this: the situation has been aggravated due to the reasons of conditions of the people that they're living there. The thing that preoccupies more to the municipal authorities is the presence of more and more kids every time, and a good amount of minors and unaccompanied minors that they were born also in Mexico, that they have been, that they don't have, that they have been supporting with birth certificates, because a lot of these people, a lot of children, they were born in Mexico, so they don't have birth certificates. Perez Canchola, the director, says that some of the migrants, they have already taken the decision to abandon the Chaparral and to go to several shelters. One of them, it is Ejército de Salvación, that is close to the border. And another one is the Ambassadors of Jesus. That is a great shelter that I have been promoting. That is the shelter of Little Haiti. It is a big shelter, and it is a shelter that the pastor, I'm really good friends with the pastor, and he's a really good man. And he also quoted, as a matter of fact, the families that they are still there, they will insist to these families that they're still there to abandon that particular area of that international gate to the new place that is going to be La Unidad Deportiva, that is going to be possibly, on the disposal for these people to move into. So the number one purpose, it says on the bottom, to relocate this, this population, is for people to have more security and they are waiting for responses from the American authority that this is, clearly to the Biden administration. And the next thing the director says that hay que convencerlos a ellos para que se instalen ahí. We have to convince them to move them over there. And they have to leave El Chaparral because it's a climate risk to stay there. This is due to the sanitary situation, and also the enormous infections that they're possibly there on that particular place. So everything that we have been saying for all these people that they're saying QAnon and conspiracy theories, everything that we have been saying, it is a fact right here. We know that there's a lot of unaccompanied children. We know that there's newborn kids that they don't have a birth certificate. Wow, that is amazing. And imagine the trauma, and imagine the unaccompanied minors that they are there, that they need to relocate them. And ultimately, the most important thing about this, people, is that the migrants have, taken the decision to leave on their own, because they have realized that it is not the way that they told them that it was going to be. It is not the way that Biden said. It is not ultimately the way that these activists from the United States of America are portraying the situation to be. Of course, if they're going to move them to the sports auditorium or the sports territory, that is a unit of where a conglomerate of sports, you can do a lot of them in this area where they're trying to move them. Of course, if they're going to move them there, believe me, they're going to do exactly what they did when they moved them to El Chaparral. Now there's going to be the municipal authority there. It's going to be more inspection. There's going to be more security. Absolutely, there's going to be more security. Most importantly, the military, possibly the National Guard, is going to be there. This is going to be a more secure area, a more enclosed area for the migrants. Ultimately, it is great because they will know who goes in and who goes out. They will have ultimately the access for these activists to not have the accessibility that they were having before of paying, people that they were in charge of the campus. They were speculating that it was happening, and ultimately also to not be taking advantage of migrants on charging them per week 350 pesos to stay on a tent. This decision of this director of the migrants possibly is taking it because he has heard everything that is happening, and also the risk of the children. For God's sake, this is more than 500 children, people, right there in that particular area. A lot of you guys live on the East Coast and live, far east, and a lot of you guys Northwest and all this. A lot of you guys live far away from Tijuana. But the people that they have visited this particular area, you guys don't even imagine how small it is for 1,500 and plus people plus 500 children to live in a really small, secluded tent city with all this, possible infections that they're around it. It is a risk. It is an absolute risk. And also, in the middle of this violence and in this insecurities, it is horrible. So according, again, I will read it again. They intend to relocate their families of El Chaparral to this particular area. So let me put just an image or where they are possibly going to move them. And this is, images from the sports unit, the sports arena, or the sports, how can I say it? It has a lot of place. It has a lot of space. This has happened before. And, the sad thing about it is that I don't know how the Tijuana people are going to accept it. I don't know how the Tijuana people are going to accept it. And the community around it, I don't know how they're going to accept it. And also the sports events that they are happening on that specific place. I don't know how they're going to take it. There's professional people that they are, developing their professional careers and sports, and there's professional athletes practicing there. I don't know how they're going to take it, but it's really big. It's huge. It has a track and field. It has a soccer field. It has an Olympic pool. It has a tennis court. It has a lot of places where they can practice. And this is one of the. Let me put right here. This is one of the areas right here on the black picture right here. Sports complex. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for correcting me. Sports complex. And this right here, it is possibly going to be one of the places right here on my right that I'm scrolling down. This is a track and field. It has a soccer field, and ultimately also it has a pool, and it has a lot of things that they are, going to be accommodated with. So this is the part right here on the right. I will show you guys tomorrow more pictures of it. It is a sports complex where it is. I will tell you guys, it is around on a good drive from the Chaparral to that place is around a good 15 minutes. Good 15 minutes from El Chaparral without traffic. With traffic, 25 to 30 minutes, around that, if I'm not mistaken, or if I'm going, up and down with the number. But it's around 15 minutes around that. So, this is where they're going to be moved. Now, basically what has been happening on the weekend probably triggered, this director, Perez Canchola, to take this decision. Because what happened in the weekend, it was horrible for the migrant community. They wanted to protest. They blocked 5 lanes to the most important international port of entry, that is the port of entry of San Isidro. It was a problem. It was complicating the entrance of their pockets of the vendors and the merchants. Not only that, it has complicated the local businesses around the migrant camp. Also, neighbors are complaining consistently to the government and to the municipal authorities that this migrant camp has been, complicating a lot of these people's lives. And it has, created, a problem for the local businesses and contributors over there. One of the businesses, they got closed. It was a cafe, and they closed completely because they could not handle it. So this is a sports complex that has a lot of space. It is huge. I have been there so many times. We used to practice there. Our physical training for boxing fights, that track and field right there that you see on the right. It is a beautiful place that has been renovated. The thing is right here, I don't know how the Tijuana community is going to take this, or, ultimately is not only about what the Tijuana community is going to say, that is just what is the community around the unit and the people that they're in charge of the unit, what are they going to say. The sports complex. A lot of them have, taken the decision, and I congratulate all of the migrants that they have taken the decision to move to shelters. Man, it was the best decision that you guys can do. These shelters are going to take care of you. You're going to be more safe there, and it's going to be more clean. Ultimately, you're not going to be around a lot of these, situations that you guys been around. That is difficult to be around these kind of situations. That it has been happening around the migrant camp, that it was ultimately a tent city. But, for everybody that is watching, breaking news, for everybody, the migrant camp is going to be relocated into a sports complex called Unidad Deportiva Tijuana. And let me share again the article for you guys to understand that this was breaking news for today. According to El Sol de Tijuana, that is a really well-known newspaper right here in Tijuana, saying that they are planning to relocate the families of El Chaparral. They're signalizing that the problem is every day more serious. More serious because of the presence of more than 500 children. And also, it says right here on the bottom that the municipal director of attention to the migrant, Jose Luis Perez Canchola, has said that the problem is more, it's more aggravated because of the more than 500 children that they are located on that particular camp. The situation has aggravated because of the conditions of people that they are living there, and then the municipal authorities are more worried about the kids and the number of minors that they were born in Mexico that they have been providing there. The municipal authorities have been providing birth certificate, and also that a lot of the migrants have, taken the decision to leave El Chaparral because of the conditions that they are living there, and they have left to shelters as it is Ejército de Salvación y los Embajadores de Jesús. That this is ultimately, a great, decision for them to move to shelter. So this area right here, that is extremely important area, that is the port of exit from San Diego, from San Isidro to Tijuana, and from Tijuana to San Isidro. It is, extremely important. It is a tourist spot. It is a tourist area. And, it's going to boost, again, the economy of all the people that they are living around, or they were, working around there, like taxi drivers, like local businesses and small contributors that they live around, and also the peace to be returned back to the citizens of Tijuana on that particular area. God bless everybody that is watching. This is breaking news for everybody. And the most important thing that for me it is that, there will be more control of these, potential activists that they have been instigating on these migrant camps. This is the most important thing, that, the authorities now know clearly that they are, large groups on these migrant camps, that they are manipulated by activists from the United States of America. That is a fact. It is a reality. And, it has been shown with proof to everybody. So, my God, man, this is good news. Hopefully they will, a lot of the migrants, they're moving to their shelters. The process is going to be much easier in the shelters. The process will be much easier in the shelters. And ultimately, there's really good shelters that they can take care of, can take care of the migrants, and they can give them more security as what they were, staying right there. In the middle of the rain, in the middle of this cold weather, in the middle of this, outside, and with no security, and the only security that they were having, it is just, the paid security of these, and activists that they were paying such and such and such leader so they can handle it. The municipal authorities, as we were saying, they needed to do something about it due to the incidents that happened this past weekend. So apparently they are going to do something about it, and a great job from the director of the migrants, the municipal director of migrants, by the name of Jose Luis Perez Canchola. So, God bless everybody that is watching. Thank you so much for watching this breaking news for everybody. It's important for us to know what is happening continuously with this migrant camp that has caused a lot of, it has been all over the place. The picture of them and kneeling down at the border of entry at San Isidro with the Biden shirts. After that, it became viral, this situation, journalists getting attacked in the migrant camp. After that, everybody trying to come in, reporters being attacked at the migrant camp. And, it was getting out of hand. It was really getting out of hand. And ultimately, the last event that happened on Saturday, merchants and vendors, and a dispute, and basically, merchants and vendors removing the migrants that they were protesting right there, blocking 5 lanes and the vehicle lane and all this kind of stuff. It got out of hand. So somebody needed to do something, and this statement was just released by Jose Luis Perez Canchola, that I believe that is a great statement for the migrant community that is right here in Tijuana. Man, thank God that they are going to be moving to a shelter or a more secure area where, it is this port of exit that is better known as El Chaparral can be activated again. they can activate again the economy, and ultimately they can, reactivate all of this for the Tijuana citizens. Now, on the other hand, I don't know how the Tijuana community is going to take, the massive amount of people moving into the shelter of or into the, the sports complex. I don't know, what they are going to be doing, but it's how the reaction is going to be. But we will leave that to the Tijuana citizens. So God bless you all. Thank you all for watching. If you guys consider this information important, buy me a coffee is on the top. It's on the top link. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow him at Facebook, YouTube, Parler, Gab, Orbeez, and also on Rumble, Telegram. Also, you can follow Border Negro News and Instagram and also in Facebook. And you can follow me as Oscar L. Blue and my public figure page on Facebook, and also my channel at YouTube, Telegram, Instagram, and Rumble. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love, because always your country's first. God bless.
Y ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and he hasn't said anything. Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.